Nepal's capital Kathmandu on the morning of 9 September saw streets filled with angry, outraged youth, with several places witnessing government structures burning. These were the very youths referred to as the Gen Z, that is the generation born between 1997 and 2012, who are now most disappointed with Nepal's politics. The reason is clear. The democracy they were promised has been overshadowed by corruption, nepotism, and leaders prioritizing their own gain. Job opportunities have become scarce, inequality has increased, and the youth feel increasingly neglected. Nepal has seen several major political changes over the past 2 decades. The monarchy ended, the Maoist conflict concluded, and a democratic republic was established. The promise to the people was that the new Nepal would be transparent, where equal opportunities, jobs, and justice would be provided for all. However, the reality has been different. Leaders have been continuously accused of corruption, misuse of power, and nepotism. The economy has worsened, job opportunities for the youth have decreased, and migration abroad has increased. This is why the new generation began to see their future as bleak. The anger of the youth first manifested on social media. They continuously expressed their dissent through pages like Next Generation Nepal. However, when the government suddenly banned 26 major social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and WhatsApp, the youth felt that their voice had been taken away. This move proved to be a catalyst, adding fuel to the fire of protests. On 8 September, during a demonstration in Kathmandu, the police opened fire on youth, killing 19 of them. This incident was felt as a deep wound across the country, and the next day, thousands of youths flooded the streets. Slogans like "End corruption, give job, provide equality" echoed outside the parliament building. What started as a peaceful protest soon spiraled out of control. Several government buildings, jails, and homes of leaders were damaged. The houses of 5 former prime ministers were attacked. During this period, the wife of former Prime Minister Jhalanath Khanal, Rajya Lakshmi, passed away, while former Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba and his wife, Foreign Minister Arzu Deuba, were injured. Finance Minister Bishnu Prasad Paudel and MP Eknath Dhakkal were also targeted by the crowd. The crowd set fire to Nakhu jail and released Rabi Lamichhane, a popular leader and critic of the Oli government, from there. This incident symbolized the fact that the government's control had almost entirely eroded. Seeing the situation worsen, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli resigned. President Ramchandra Paudel was taken to an undisclosed location under military protection, and the route to parliament was blocked. But now the question arises, who holds the reins of Nepal? Army Chief General Ashok Raj Sigdel appealed for peace. The army took charge of the security situation but has so far refrained from directly engaging in politics. Their priority has been for political parties to find a solution through dialogue. In the midst of this political turmoil, new faces who have garnered the support of the youth have emerged. Kathmandu's mayor Balen, who was once a rapper, and Rabi Lamichhane, a former TV anchor turned politician, have openly supported the youth. Amidst this political upheaval, a message from the former King Gyanendra Shah arrived. Save the country, sit peacefully. This message was not just an appeal for peace, but was also linked to the possibility of the monarchy's return. India is keeping a close eye on this entire crisis. Nepal is its close neighbor and a strategic partner. The historical, cultural, and economic ties between the two countries have remained deep. However, in every political upheaval in Nepal, India has been accused of supporting one side or another. This time, India is being particularly cautious. Prime Minister Narendra Modi convened an emergency meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Security and said that Nepal's stability and peace are extremely important for India. For India, this situation is not just a concern for a neighboring country, but is also related to regional security, China's growing influence, and the stability of South Asia. China has also continuously tried to strengthen its hold in Nepal. Nepal's history shows that this is not the first time the people have taken to the streets to challenge the power. In 1990, there were large movements for the establishment of multi-party democracy, and in 2006 for the end of the monarchy. In both instances, the people determined the direction of political change. The question this time, however, is whether this movement will be limited to temporary frustration or whether it will lead to Nepal's politics in a new direction. Today, Nepal stands at a critical juncture. The youth are clearly saying that they do not want symbolic changes but real reforms. They are demanding transparency, job opportunities, and an end to corruption. Political parties now face the challenge of addressing this discontent by choosing the path of dialogue and reform rather than suppressing it. If the army remains neutral and only takes on the responsibility of security, the entire responsibility of finding a solution will rest with the political leadership. While former King Gyanendra Shah's message may evoke memories of monarchy, in today's circumstances, it seems unlikely that Nepal will return to the old era. However, if political parties fail to fulfill their responsibilities, royalist forces could once again gain strength. The voices raised on the streets of Kathmandu are not just slogans, but the hopes of a generation that wants to see its future secured. When an entire class demands change, it is natural for pressure to build on the power structures. It remains to be seen whether Nepal's leaders will use this opportunity to strengthen and cleanse the country's politics or push it to another phase of instability. Viewers, we conclude the discussion here and note today's question. Nepal took steps towards democracy after the monarchy in 2006, but political instability still persists today. Evaluate the main causes of this instability and discuss their long-term implications.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.